I feel like anytime we do a video that doesn't include gameplay, it's considered bad content. But I think some of you would argue, like, Bagel, everything you do is bad content. Period. It doesn't matter if there's gameplay or not. But anyway, today we have some today we have some no gameplay. Well, not in this video anyway. There's a couple things that I want to talk about, that I want to show you guys, that I want to share with you. One project that I've been working on, I think, is going to possibly make for some fun content. Maybe I'm delusional, but we'll take a look at that in a second. But first, we have a little bit of leaked information. Seems like it's legit. Leaked information for the new units. So apparently I was wrong in thinking that this was a Nat 5 with his little buddy unit. Apparently it's going to be one. They didn't necessarily say that this is going to be, this is the Nat 5 and this is the Nat 4. That's just an assumption that I'm making by this. But apparently there's going to be not just a Nat 5, there's going to be a Nat 4 coming and a Nat 5 coming. Two different monsters. So and one of each element, right? So 10 monsters in total. 2 different units, and then 5 different elements of each unit. So that's just some extra information. We'll see if it's correct or not, but the sources seem reliable, and it's multiple people that are telling me this. So it seems like it's probably the situation. Kind of the same as like the Onmyujis and the Onmyujis and Onimusha situation was. And then for this one, the expected release is supposed to be, that's at least the rumor, is that it's going to be 8/12 for the update. I'm not sure what else is going to come in the update. That's just word on the street, is that this coming in 8/12. So just some things that I wanted to mention to you guys so that you know. And then we can get on to the next thing. So this is something that I was working on, not for super long. I was just working on because I thought it would make good content. Because you guys are always like, anytime I do any videos, you guys are like, don't do that. Dude, fix my account. Look at my account. Look at my account. Look at my account. I'm like, what am I supposed to look at on your account? Well, it's bad runes. I'm like, I can see that it's bad runes. Well, make it better. I'm like, you make it better. I farm for my own account. You farm for your account. Get into Giants B12 or something. I don't know. So anyway, this is something that I made, this Summoner's War monster evaluation tool. I thought it would make for some good content. This way I can possibly hop on some of you guys' accounts that keep complaining and crying and whining and crying and crying and crying and crying and whining to me all the time. Because I mean, if that's what you guys want to see, then I basically work for you. I don't know if you guys figured this out yet, but I basically work for you. So if everyone wants to see stuff like this, we can do stuff like this. But yeah, this is something that I worked on myself. This is not something where like, oh, Bagel, where's the download for it? It's like, I made this. So this is a monster evaluation tool. I just figured this would be a nice tool to have to be able to assess monsters' values. This way I can go on your guys' accounts and look at your monsters, be like, okay, let's take a look at how garbage your runes actually are, and then we'll get a final grade. So yeah, they've got little sliders for where you're I really love, I take pride in the fact that I put the little ancient coins there and the sliders. That's my favorite part of the entire thing, right? So I think that this could use some I mean, everything can always use some improvements, but I think it's workable already. So we can like set things here. Acceptable rune sets. This is, for example, like the difference between if you have a Chiwu that is on a set of guard, a set of focus, and a set of endure. We would not click the acceptable rune set button. Like his stats could be valuable on his on the actual stats. Like all the runes could be like legend runes and everything. But acceptable rune, that's not like a meta rune set for Chiwu. So if he's on Despair, if he's on Swift, something like that, then we would click this little button. Look at that. Oh, so beautiful. It's the little finishing touches, guys. Those are my favorite parts. Speed okay. I actually think this needs to be a little bit more robust than just speed okay. I mean, all the runes are their own values assessed independently, but I think that needs to be like a slider or whatever as well, or some more robust indication. Essential type stats is like if this is just a toggle. This is just like if it's tanky. If it's like a Ritesh, is he tanky or is he built attack or damage attack? So if he's built correctly, like he's got the right stats for having like good speed, good tankiness, then that's that. If it's a Lucian and it's just triple HP, we're not clicking this button, he doesn't have the right stats. If it's illusion, it's attack or damage attack, he's got crit rate, he's got crit damage, and that's what's been focused on, then at least he gets that as far as like, okay, you tried and you know how to like you know how to ruin these things, basically, is what we're saying here. And then all the everything independent value on how strong the monster is aside from that, as far as just like stats, are here. So all the, like, if you maxed out your guardstone, your crystal altar, and all that stuff, this is just calculating all the stats here, and then the attributes, artifact, and then the type artifact, like the value of it overall, the runes, and then we go through and we look at each individual rune. Like, okay, maybe slot 1 is like this actually, these are just icons. These don't really matter. It's just to show the slots. That doesn't have any bearing on the actual assessment of the rune. I think a lot of people are probably going to get confused by that, so I wanted to make sure that I specified. But like, if the rune is rare, or even if it's a hero and it rolled rare, we still have to value that as a rare rune, right? If it rolls good, if it's grinded good, if it's grinded bad, if it's grinded really good, right? And then we go there and we see like all the different. I initially did this with like default of these, but then I was like, what if someone doesn't have runes on the unit, right? I was like, let me put in for an option at least for no runes. Also, I gave the monster a few points for having just being a monster, like having the monster, even if it's got no runes. No. Oh, you know what I gotta do? Upgrades, skill upgrades. Skill upgrades and awakens. So I gotta add the skill upgrades and awakens by the time that you see this video. It's probably I'm already working on that or have already finished it or whatever. But yeah, skill upgrades and awakens. I did add some initial points just for the monster existing, right? Because monsters, even if they have no runes, no grinds, no, like, if your account is level 1 and you pull, like, Zyros, he still has value even if you have no runes, no grinds, no artifacts, no towers, no anything. He still is a monster that has some kind of value. It's bad. He's a bad monster. He's not built well because he doesn't have anything, but yeah. So then we have all this assessment over here, and then we choose like, oh, this is what your monster looks like, and then he's got like a acceptable rune stat, but your speed is doo-doo, and then we calculate, and the final grade is like, man, that's a rough final. Wait, that's a rough final grade for 67.5. Oh, because it's speed, because the speed's bad and bad artifacts and stuff like that. But anyway, let me know what you. Oh, wait, we got a normal rune here. Oh, we got a white rune. White runes. Oh my goodness. But anyway, I'm still gonna tweak some more of the stats and everything. I have to add awakenings. I have to add skill ups and things like that. But let me know, should I actually include like the base values of the unit? I feel like they should get still a little bit of base value, right? But anyway, this is just something I was working on a little bit. It was actually, I thought this was going to take way longer, but it didn't take nearly as long as I thought it was going to. But anyway, that's it for this one. Let me know some feedback for this if you guys want in the comments, so that we could, so I could make it a little bit better, and then we could go through and I can antagonize you for having terrible runes on everything, and then I could show you guys all how your monsters are they're not even up to D rank. They're not even up to, like, don't even think that you're gonna get a B score on anything. You're all gonna fail at everything. So anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. But this is what I've been working. This is what I was not working at. Like, again, not a crazy amount of time, because it just happened to. It happened to go smoother and quicker than I was expecting. So anyway, that's it for this one. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you as always in the next one.